and then brother Arya, he gonna take over and continue on with the lesson from last week um, about marriage and the husband's role and rule/rules. So let's just get it jumping off real quick. We want to start off with a little understanding about the new moon. So we're going to start off real quick and go to Jeremiah 10:2.
Jeremiah 10:2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them.
So that right there, that's telling you. It says, "Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven." Speaking of the sun, the moon, the stars, all the entities that are in the heavens, and that dismayed is like afraid or confused by them. See, a while back, I used to think that dismayed meant that we wasn't supposed to deal with the moon and the stars, like not like on a like a what do you call that? Yeah, horoscopes and that type of thing. But that's not what that means. That means that you the moon and the heavens were put there as for signs of times and seasons. So you are supposed to use those as tools or whatever. And we know through the scriptures and Josephus that Abraham and Seth's children, they were all like astrologers and such. Okay, so I want to grab something out of the book of Enoch real quick. That's Enoch 20:1. Let's start there. Yeah, 20:1.
Enoch 20:1. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch.
So I just want to show the fact that these are holy angels that we're speaking of. Go to verse 2.
These names: Uriel, the one holy angel who was over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels who was over the spirit of men.
Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to show that Uriel, grab Enoch 77 real quick. All right, sorry. But I wanted to show y'all that it's cool. Just read it. We can read it from here. I wanted to show y'all that Uriel was a holy angel. He wasn't one of the fallen angels. So he was one of the holy angels that was dealing with Enoch. But go ahead. We're gonna go from Enoch 77, and we're gonna start at verse 12. Yeah, go ahead.
For he have given me. Uriel likewise showed me another regulation when light is poured into the moon, how it is poured into it from the sun.
So this is Uriel. He's dealing with Enoch, and he's showing them how the regulations of the heavens, the sun, moon, the stars, and such. So he's telling Enoch that when the moon gives off its light, the light actually comes from the sun. And we've learned that in like science classes, that the light from the sun reflects off of the moon. Go ahead.
All the time that the moon is in progress with its light, it is poured into it in the presence of the sun.
See, so there you go right there. The moon gets light from the sun. Keep going.
Until its light is in the 14th day completed in heaven.
So by the 14th day, which we know from full moon to new moon is when there is no moon in the sky. Full moon is when the moon is full and bright. But when there's absolutely no moon, that's a new moon. But from full moon to new moon, there should be a progress of about 14 days completed in the heavens. Go ahead.
And when it is wholly extinguished.
See that? When it's wholly extinguished, when there's no light. Go ahead.
It is lighted, consumed in heaven, and on the first day it is called the new moon.
On the first day of the month, it is called the new moon, when the light is fully extinguished and consumed. Okay. Now I want to get Sirach 43.
43?
Yeah, 43. Or Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha. Start at verse 6.
Ecclesiasticus 43:6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time.
See that's talking about the Lord. It says he made the moon also to serve in her season. Keep going.
And a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast.
From the moon is the sign of feast. Talking about the new moons. Keep going.
A light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Uh-huh.
The moon is called after her name.
Wait, read that again.
The month is called after her name.
The month is called after her name. So the new moon is the beginning of the month. Go ahead.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above.
Talking about the heavens and stars and such. Go ahead.
Shining in the firmament of heaven.
It's shining in the sky for lack of or the firmament. But that I just wanted to show how the new moon is the beginning of the month. Also, I wanna grab something. Go to 1 Samuel 20. 20 and start at verse 5, I believe.
1 Samuel 20:5. And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go, that I may hide myself in the field until the third day at even.
See, the new moon was the marking of a feast. You kept the feast in the new moon. And this was David talking to Jonathan, who was the son of Saul. And so he was asking him, let him go hide himself, because tomorrow was the feast of the new moon. Go to verse 27. Wait, I'm sorry. Go to verse 24.
Verse 24. 1 Samuel 20 and 24. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat.
See that? So they sat down for a feast when the new moon was come. Go to verse 27.
Verse 27. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month.
Which was which day of the month?
The second day of the month.
So that right there shows you that the new moon was the first day of the month. Because it says, and it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month. See that? All right. Now, I want to go to Ezekiel 46. I just want to show what we're supposed to be doing in the new moons. It's just it's going to be a real quick understanding. I don't want to get too deep into this. It's real evident.
Ezekiel 46.
46, start at verse 1.
Ezekiel 46:1. Thus saith the Lord power, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut the 6th working day, but on the Sabbath it shall be open, and in the day of the new moon it shall be open.
See that? It's going to be open on the Sabbath and the new moon, because the new moon was a feast day just like the Sabbath. Go ahead to read verse 3.
Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before the Lord in the Sabbath and in the new moon.
In the Sabbaths and in the new moons. You see that? Go to Amos 8. Start at verse 4.
Amos 8:4. Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn?
See that? When will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? So just like the Sabbath, you wasn't supposed to buy or sell on the new moon or do any work. It was a feast, just like the Sabbath. Now go to Psalms 81.
What?
81, start at verse 3.
Psalms 81:3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon.
Blow the trumpet in the new moon. You see that? When in the new moon?
In the time appointed.
In the time appointed. Because I'm gonna show y'all that it's not every new moon that's a solemn feast day or a Sabbath or a holy convocation. Go ahead.
On our solemn feast days.
Why?
For this was a statute for Israel.
The statute for Israel, and what?
And a law of the Most High of Jacob.
See, that's a law that we're supposed to blow the trumpet in the new moon, and it was a solemn feast day. I want to show that real quick. But yeah, like I said, it says how it says in its appointed time, because not every new moon was a feast day or a Sabbath. Now we're gonna grab something out of the Book of Jubilees. I don't know if y'all familiar with the Book of Jubilees, but it's a very good book. Book of Jubilees. It talks about the year of Jubilee, how you're supposed to conduct. But it also has the divisions of the seasons and the years are in the Book of Jubilees. So we're gonna grab Jubilees, the 6th chapter, and we're gonna start at verse 23.
Okay. Jubilees 6:23. On the new moon of the 1st month, and on the new moon of the 4th month, and on the new moon of the 7th month, and on the new moon of the 10th month are the days of remembrance.
See that? The new moon of the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th month are the days of remembrance. Go ahead.
And the days of a season is the 4 divisions of the year.
And that's the days that each season, that's the beginning of each season. The new moon of the 1st month, which we know begins the month that we had a Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. But see, I think yesterday or day before we had a new moon, and but see, we're only in the 3rd month right now, so that new moon wasn't a holy convocation or a solemn feast day. It only the new moon of the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th month. Read that last part.
These are written and ordained.
These are written and ordained. See that? So if y'all get a chance, you can read the whole 6th chapter of Jubilees. It goes into this a little further in depth. But I just want to get into real quick why those were the first 4. I mean, the only 4 new moons that are ordained. Get Genesis 8 and 13.